Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Richie from Boston. It's May 9th. It's 2019, and I'm going to keep this short for you. All hell seems to be breaking loose. We've got warplanes going to Iran. We're seizing North Korea's ships. Do you see what I'm saying? Shit's getting wacky. So I'm going to keep this short. Patriot Pantry. A lot of people have been doing this. I do it. You should too. That's all I'm saying. This is the website. The link is in the description. They give you a good deal. These guys are straightforward, no bullshit. They don't give out your credit card information. You can get started for $75. Free shipping, grown and packed in the United States. That wasn't too difficult, was it? At any rate, check this out. What's up, YouTube? It's Richie from Boston. Today's Sunday. I think it's the 18th or the 17th. Or one of the two. Who cares? May 2019. It's been a couple days since I put a video up because I've been at the Overland Expo in Flagstaff, Arizona. I'm in Arizona right now, and the entire time I've been here, it's been cold, like freezing cold. At nighttime, it was almost freezing. It's been cold, incredibly windy, and gray. Gray. You see what I'm saying? And Richie's in a bad mood. And the two struts that lift my rear tailgate, which is a big tailgate, both of them failed at the exact same time, causing major body damage. I have the back of my truck held closed with a big ratchet strap. So I left this event early because I'm going to Moab to see if my buddy that owns a four-wheel drive shop can help me fix this, because this sucks. I could smell fumes coming into the truck as I'm driving. Unbelievable. On the upside, I ran into a bunch of subscribers there, and I knew I was going to. Two particular subscribers that I ran into told me about a place in Utah where there are some petroglyphs that I need to see. So I'm going to get there eventually, this coming week, I hope, and I'll get video footage of it. But they're supposed to be incredible, and apparently there's a lot of strange goings on there. We'll see what happens. At any rate, most of you guys that subscribe to my channel probably subscribe to the 𝗦𝗵𝗿𝗱 Report. James just put up a phenomenal video this morning. Now, while I was at the expo, I don't talk to people about what it is I do or anything. I'm there because of vehicles, and that's what I like to do. You know what I'm saying? It's what I enjoy. So I went there. Today was the last day, and instead of staying there all day, I was just so aggravated I left. The weather is unbelievable. The sky was trying to be blue yesterday, and the airplanes came out and hammered it. Hammered it. Now, the strange thing about the 𝗦𝗵𝗿𝗱 Report putting out a video this morning called 5 Conspiracies That Are Actually True. I was talking to some people last night, and every time I was talking to anybody, someone would come by and go, "Hey, aren't you?" And I'd say, "Yeah, that's me." And then they would say, "What's that mean?" I said, "I have a YouTube channel or 3." And I'd start talking to them about things, and they always seem receptive. But you know that once they walk away, they're like, "That guy's crazy. The government's controlling the weather. The CIA floods the country with drugs. Our own military and shadow government, or the Illuminati, start wars for their own profit." And then strangely, James puts up a video this morning showing all those topics and 2 others and proves why they're all true. We live in a country where our own elected officials or government officials start wars with other countries where the American people that they're supposed to, work for die. They make money off of it. The Central Intelligence Agency floods the United States with drugs and has been doing so since at least 1947. Like, all the problems in the United States are directly caused by the elected officials. How crazy is this, man? I mean, seriously, how crazy is this? One of the people that I met up with there is a master sergeant in the military, and he was aware of all these things. And just like the people that I met from the Department of Defense that are aware of all these things and follow my channel, they can't say anything. And it freaks me out because people being in fear of losing their job will keep quiet, even though that their job is only a stopgap. It's only a temporary thing. The country going over the falls in a barrel is happening right now. Once again, we're going to go after one more country. And it isn't organic. That country's been on the list since 2001. You know what I'm saying?
Why? Because I'd been through the Pentagon right after 9/11. About 10 days after 9/11, I went through the Pentagon and I saw Secretary Rumsfeld and Deputy Secretary Wolfowitz. I went downstairs just to say hello to some of the people on the Joint Staff who had used to work for me. And one of the generals called me and he said, "Sir, you got to come in. You got to come in and talk to me a second." I said, "Well, you're too busy." He said, "No." He says, "We've made the decision. We're going to war with Iraq." This was on or about the 20th of September. I said, "We're going to war with Iraq. Why?" He said, "I don't know." He said, "I guess they don't know what else to do." So I said, "Well, did they find some information connecting Saddam to Al-Qaeda?" He said, No. He says, "There's nothing new that way. They just made the decision to go to war with Iraq." He said, "I guess it's like we don't know what to do about terrorists, but we've got a good military and we can take down governments." And he said, "I guess if the only tool you have is a hammer, every problem has to look like a nail." So I came back to see him a few weeks later, and by that time we were bombing in Afghanistan. I said, "Are we still going to war with Iraq?" And he said, "Oh, it's worse than that." He said, he reached over on his desk, he picked up a piece of paper, he said, I just got this down from upstairs," meaning the Secretary of Defense's office today, and he said, "This is a memo that describes how we're going to take out 7 countries in 5 years, starting with Iraq and then Syria, Lebanon, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and finishing off Iran." I said, "Is it classified?" He said, "Yes, sir." I said, "Well, don't show it to me."
It just absolutely amazes me how so many people know and so many people won't say anything because they don't want to be called a conspiracy theorist. The word conspiracy theorist was weaponized by the CIA, the same shadowy organization that killed Kennedy and that has been consistently flooding our country and killing our way of life, our children, our families, everything with drugs. These are the same guys that are going to start these wars. It absolutely freaks me out. And you know what else freaks me out? I watched a video by Many Fish this morning, and he's talking about the numerology. He's really good at that stuff. I'm not. While I'm watching it, the video gets interrupted because I get a phone call from 1-800-322-3223. Yeah, I have a screenshot. How fucking crazy is that? 322-3223 on a Sunday. You see what I'm saying? Absolutely, unbelievably, totally, completely crazy. So once again, the truck is damaged and I gotta hopefully hope my buddy in Moab can fix it. Unbelievable, man. Absolutely unbelievable. It was cool meeting people there, but it got a little tedious because every time they stopped me, I talked to them for 20 minutes. When you talk to 20 to 30 people for 20 minutes, that's the entire day. But you know what? It is what it is. It's all good. Gave a few people my phone number. They sent me some information. I'm going to look into it, and I'm going to follow through with it. It all happens for a reason. But it really pisses me off, all the people that are considered, you know, upstanding American citizens, etc., that know about this stuff, but they don't say a word. They're all going to have to pay for that. They're all going to have to answer for that. How's that? I shouldn't say pay for that. That sounds too ominous. It's unbelievable, man. It just really is. I'm in Arizona. I'm in the desert, and it's almost June, and it was freezing 2 nights in a row. It's completely gray right now, and it's been windy like you read about for days. Driving a truck this size in wind like this sucks. It's absolutely eating up my gas money. It is what it is. What are you going to do? At any rate, maybe tonight or tomorrow I can do a live stream and answer some questions. Hopefully, if I have Wi-Fi. A couple of people offered me to stay at their place in Arizona. I'm going to decline. Thank you. I appreciate it, but I built this truck so I don't have to stay anywhere. That's the whole point. I don't really do hotels, motels, and I don't stay with people I don't know. So, no offense. But things are getting crazy. Things are getting crazy. The one cool thing, there was an opening in the sky, I think not last night, but the night before in Arizona. And boy, the stuff moving around up there is crazy. They're not UFOs. They're the same things that everyone's been keeping track of, writing down, building monuments, building statues, and building huge astronomical calendars in stone all over the world for time immemorial. Watching these things move around is pretty amazing. Crazy, crazy. And let me just run this by you. I know this is crazy, but what are you going to do? I've already been labeled as crazy, so F it. I noticed that if they don't block out the sun during the day, no matter what, they block it out at sunset and sunrise. And after I got that video footage in Arizona, and I got that video footage back home on the Atlantic, where it appeared the moon was coming out of a portal, where it appeared the moon was coming out as a liquid or a plasma. It wasn't a solid white disk as of yet. There will be signs in the sun, moon, and stars. So are they blocking out the sun when it's rising and when it's setting because for some reason you can see the portal that it comes in and out of? If you don't believe that, read the Book of Enoch. It explains all of that. I used to say to Mrs. RFB all the time, if the earth is flat and the moon shows up, I mean, if I'm in Massachusetts at 8:30 at night and I look straight up, the moon's right above me. If I'm in Florida at 8:30 at night and I look straight up and the moon's right above me, how does that happen when I'm almost 2,000 miles away? But it does. I used to think perhaps there's more than one moon. It's a really tough thing to nail down, you know what I'm saying? But maybe if all my subscribers across the United States and across the world, Australia, New Zealand, all these other places, England, Russia, you know what I'm saying? If everybody pointed their camera up at a specific time every night, like say 9 o'clock at night, everyone pointed their camera up at a specific object, preferably the moon, maybe we could figure out something, but I'm not sure. If anybody can figure out how we could set something up like that, leave it in the comments or email me, rjcjr10@yahoo.com. Or don't. And I think the realRichieFromBoston.com is down. I'm not sure. But of course it happens while I'm on the road, because why wouldn't it? 1-800-322-3223 on a Sunday. Nothing to see here, folks. Keep it moving. At any rate, Richie from Boston. Like, share, subscribe, or don't. I'm out.